Hello everyone, this is Channel 27 News and I'm your anchor, Napoleon Dynamite. Today we have quite a few stories to tell you about, so I'll have to go through them quickly. With all the crazy storms that have been happening, there were 6,240 car crashes in the past 24 hours across the United States. This has resulted in 3,800 deaths. You need to be Today we're watching a news report to decide what stories are newsworthy and why. The 9 newsworthiness factors are as follows: proximity, timeliness, prominence, consequences, conflict, unusualness, emotion, achievement, and contrast. Most popular news stories have more than one newsworthiness factor, but we're going to take a look at the most obvious ones for each story. In the story, the biggest factor is timeliness. The story reports on events that just happened. While car crashes happen every day, this reporter is looking specifically at the last 24 hours, making it a prominent news story. Be safe out there. Make sure to watch the roads and stay in your lane. Moving on to better news, popular celebrities Rosie Huntington-Whiteley and Jason Statham want everyone to welcome their second baby. Isabella James Statham was born on February. In this story, the biggest factor is prominence. This is when the main character or characters of the story are well known. The story revolves around 2 celebrities, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley and Jason Statham, making it a prominent news story. Second, making this lovely family of 3 now a family of 4. We would also like to celebrate a beautiful reunion between mother and son. Ryan Liberty has been away for 3 years fighting in the Persian Gulf, and he finally came home a few weeks ago to see his mother, Jeanette. The two had In this story, the news anchor focused mostly on the emotion of the story. A segment about relatives who haven't seen each other in many years pulls at the heartstrings of the viewer. Stories that revolve around emotion are usually soft news stories. Not been in contact while Ryan was away, so this reconciliation was sure to have more than just a few happy tears. New information has come up in the ongoing fight between the masking and non-masking people of the United States. Recently, a few states have dropped their mask mandate, which is causing a lot of backlash, especially from parents and teachers. When a story contains a controversy, struggle, or issue that has 2 or more sides, it's known as a conflict news story. The conflict between masking and non-masking people is so strong and has been going on for so long that it makes for a great news story. We'll keep you updated as these new rules are put into play. Here in Fort Wayne, we've had our 50th anniversary of the nonprofit organization Big Brothers Big Sisters. To celebrate, the Next Star Media Charitable Foundation gave them $5,000 on Tuesday morning. The Martin Luther King Bridge was. Since this news reporter is from Fort Wayne, it makes sense that they would cover a story that happened in their own city. This is called proximity. The story concerns the viewer's immediate environment. People who live in Salt Lake City may not care about the Big Brothers Big Sisters anniversary in Fort Wayne, but people who live here definitely do. This point is driven home by specific landmarks in Fort Wayne being mentioned. It's lit in green as a tribute to the organization's hard work. If you watch other channels, you may have noticed I'm talking about a certain Idaho man. David Rush has made his goal of breaking 52 Guinness World Records over the course of 1 year. He is both the world's fastest and slowest juggler, has the record for the most bowling balls juggled and the most consecutive axe juggling catches, and the longest baseball bat. This story follows the newsworthiness factor of achievement. When the story involves an amazing effort or outstanding achievement, it's very newsworthy. Breaking a Guinness World Record is one of the most well-known forms of achievement, but breaking 52 world records in just a year, this definitely makes it a good story. Balancing on one finger. What a man. I'd like to take a moment to think about my own personal breaking news now. I know it's out of character for a news reporter, but come on, I'm Napoleon Dynamite. I just wanted to say that I'm so happy for my divorced parents. They're like hot and cold, day and night, right and Now, I don't know why this news reporter would choose to talk about their personal life, but it makes for a good example of contrast. When there is a contrast of 2 elements in a story, it creates a general interest. 2 very opposing parties coming together produces a heartwarming news story for the audience. Left water and food, coffee and tea, and after 4 long years of not talking to each other, they finally shared a fist bump. A fist bump, guys. Anyways, a mom-to-be in the Midwest is expecting twins. She wants to give them the same name. When a particular aspect of the story is strange, it gives the newsworthiness factor of unusualness. Having twins is not very rare, but naming them the same thing is. Deciding to remain anonymous, she took to the internet and asked if it was weird to name her babies the same thing. Plenty of other moms warned her it was a bad idea, but we'll see what happens next. Finally, as we approach Valentine's Day, I want to take a moment to look back on the significance of the holiday. It's a celebration of love and affection, something to cheer us up during the bleakness of winter. So as the day comes, make sure to find your... The last newsworthiness factor to be covered today is consequences. When the story directly affects a significant number of viewers, it becomes newsworthy. Take a moment to think about how different life would be without Valentine's Day. Like I said, many factors are usually brought into the same story, making the story interesting to the viewer to watch. There's so much that goes into finding a good news story and producing it for the world, but the first step is to find a segment that follows at least one of the newsworthiness factors: consequence, unusualness, contrast, achievement, proximity, conflict, emotion, prominence, and timeliness. Loved ones and let them know how much they mean to you. I'm Napoleon Dynamite, and this has been your Channel 27 Daily News. Good night, everybody.